Have you ever seen a woman that you thought, who the heck is that? Well, if not, we are going to show you some. Number 1 is by far the craziest one on here. Welcome to the worst, and this is the top 15 women you won't believe exist. Number 15, Elisany de Silva. She was born in 1995 and was the tallest teen in the world. She was a whopping 6 feet 9 inches tall. She developed a tumor on her pituitary gland, which is the reason for the massive growth spurt. She is engaged to her boyfriend, who is only 5 foot 4 inches. She's into smaller men. Number 14, Venus Palermo. Now, for a fellow YouTuber shout out. Venus, aka Venus Angelic, was born in 1997 in Switzerland, and she is a YouTube personality who does makeup tutorials. But she is best known for just looking like a living doll. She achieves this crazy look by makeup and special circle contact lenses. Since she has started living as a doll every day, she has gained a very cult-like following on all social media platforms. She gets emails all the time from people all around the world about how much they love her and how they want to be just like her. So much so that there has been a huge increase in people around the world mimicking her and becoming living dolls themselves. Number 13, Julia Gnuse. This woman to me is amazing in my opinion. She was known after she graduated for her fast walking of at least 20 miles a day. Now, she never missed a day. Rain, shine, hail, or sunny, beautiful mornings. After she became famous for her walking, she went on to own her own business in baking. She would bake homemade cookies and pies and sell them to 7-Elevens and offices. In her 30s, she developed Porphyria, a skin condition in which direct sunlight causes burns and blisters that would scar up everywhere on her body. That's when she became obsessed with tattoos. She got them all over her body so she could cover up all the blisters and burns and scars. She has 95% of her body today tattooed up. All of her tattoos came from the same artist, and she has spent over $80,000 on them. She is known as the Illustrated Lady, and she holds currently the record for the most tattooed person in the world. Unfortunately, she did pass away last year. Number 12, Yaya Han. She goes by Jessica Rabbit, and you can see why. She looks jaw-dropping as Miss Rabbit. Yaya participates in cosplay, where she dresses up as any fictional character that she can. She is viewed as a sexual object to most, mainly because, well, yeah, just look at her. Dressing up as sexy characters isn't her only talent. She is also a self-taught costume designer and has designed over 300 costumes. She now owns her own business and lives her life as a cosplay expert every day. Number 11, Anita. Anita is a Polish strong woman and started lifting and training at age 16. She has won the title as the strongest woman on earth. She is so strong she can take a frying pan and completely roll it into a nice little rolled frying pan. She has a record for being able to fold 5 pans in under 1 minute. Who does that? Number 10, Asha Mandela. She has the world's record for the longest dreadlocks. Her nickname is the Black Rapunzel. Her hair is 55 feet long, and she has been growing it out for 27 years. And altogether it weighs about 42 pounds. It is so long and heavy that she carries a bag on her shoulder that she has to put all of her hair in just to do normal day-to-day stuff. She says that her hair is completely part of her look and that there are a lot of great benefits to having long hair. The best part to her is that it spices up hers and her husband's naughty time. Number 9, a TEE. The stretching of the lip is actually a dating ritual to attract a husband, and it goes back to 1896. The bigger the plate, the more desirable you are to men. To even start the process of stretching a woman's lip out, they have to knock the bottom front 2 teeth out. This lady's lip disc measures 7.5 inches long, as she holds the Guinness World Record for having the biggest disc. The discs are made by the woman who is wearing it, so there are numerous styles and decorations to them. I don't know why this is attractive to people. I mean, how do they kiss like this? How does she eat without food falling out of her mouth? I guess we will never know the answers to all these questions. Number 8, Charity Pierce. This is the world's heaviest woman, weighing at 765 pounds. You might think a 765-pound woman would be single, but you would be wrong. In fact, at 38 years old, Charity has a 22-year-old fiance named Tony. She says that back at the beginning of their relationship, they used to have sex 4 times a day. Interestingly, she has a daughter, but not from her fiance Tony, but from her fiance's older brother Jimmy. Talk about some family issues and awkward family reunions there. Number 7. Michelle. This is a German woman who has a 16-inch waist. She didn't achieve this Gone with the Wind look naturally though, but by wearing a corset non-stop for 3 years. She even wore the corset while sleeping. That's some dedication right there. Despite being so small, she actually wants to keep getting smaller until she reaches 14 inches. Her tiny waist has already given her a lot of health problems, including breathing and problems digesting the little food she eats. She currently struggles to stand up without her corset on due to her not having any muscles in her back or her stomach area. She loves it though, saying that her waist is smooth and nice. Number 6. Valeria Lukyanova. This is Valeria Lukyanova, or as a lot of people know her as, the Human Barbie. She was born in 1985 in Moldova, and she is famous for looking like a Barbie doll. In 2007, she won a worldwide beauty pageant called Miss Diamond Crown of the World, and because of this pageant, she was thrust into the spotlight. To achieve her crazy look, she has had breast surgery and she wears contacts. But besides those 2 things, she says that her body is completely natural and that she stays in the gym and follows a strict diet plan of nothing solid. She is a raw vegetarian, so everything that she eats is juiced vegetables or smoothies. She is a professional mountain climber, which of course helps her stay in shape. Something not a lot of people know about her is that she is actually an instructor at the School of Out-of-Body Travel. This is a school where instructors teach people how to have out-of-body travels in the spirit world. Because of this insane job, she has earned the nickname of Space Barbie at the school. Number 5. McKell Ruffinelli. This woman has the world's largest hips and badonkadonk. She lives in LA and says in a city where women are focused on being slim and where liposuction is the norm, she is very proud of her hourglass body. She has hips and a butt that measures 8 feet around. She is 5'4" and she weighs 420 pounds at the age of 42. She absolutely refuses to diet or exercise because besides her weight, she is completely healthy, which to me is like saying besides my cancer, I'm completely healthy, but whatever. She feels that having curves and an hourglass shape is what men love, and her husband supports her completely, even stating that he tells people often that he has a license for working with heavy equipment. Number 4. Jodi Am Gay. This is Jodi. She is 25 and lives in India and is the world's smallest woman, measuring only 2 feet tall. She has achondroplasia, which is a form of dwarfism. Despite having this huge obstacle in her life, she is one of the happiest people you will ever meet. Most people around the world already know all about her since she is a famous actress and has appeared in many TV shows, including the American TV series American Horror Story. She also sings and released an album with her favorite rap star, Mika Singh. There isn't much that this beautiful woman cannot accomplish. She says the worst thing about her life is that fans and people treat her like a baby, holding her like an infant or touching her hair or cheek like they would a small child. She says that she even refuses a lot of fans to pick her up for this very reason. Number 3. Ramiz LG. Mrs. LG is 21, who has Weaver syndrome, which is super rare since there is only 20 known cases for it. She is 7 feet tall and lives in Turkey. She was born a whole month and a half early, but she was still bigger than most newborns who are born full term. Her family always knew she was different, but made sure that she had an amazing childhood and never allowed people to treat her horribly. She does have a long list of medical issues because of this condition. She has a major problem with walking, standing, running, and also has scoliosis, which means her spine has a huge curve to it. Despite all of this, she has an upbeat perspective on life, saying that she loves being different and she doesn't mind being tall at all. When she was 17, she received an award from Guinness World Record for being the tallest teenager in the world. Number 2, Elizabeth Ann Velazquez. This is Lizzie, a motivational speaker and author here in America. She is said to be the skinniest woman in the world. She went viral a few years ago due to a YouTube video dubbing her as the ugliest woman in the world. Since then, she went on a mission against bullying. She has spoken at TED and has a very successful YouTube channel where she talks about loving yourself and not listening to naysayers and bullies around the world. The reason she looks like this is because she has Marfan syndrome and is unable to gain weight. She has 0% body fat and she has never weighed more than 64 pounds in her entire life. Besides everything holding her back, she has pushed through and become very successful in her life, and she is one of the most beautiful people alive today. Now, before we get to number 1, remember to hit like and subscribe to see all of our upcoming videos. Number 1, Abigail and Brittany Henson. This is the girl with 2 heads, Abigail and Brittany. They were a household name since they had their own TV show on TLC. Their mother was told that when they were born, they wouldn't live past a few hours, but they are now 28 and going strong. They share one body, but each have separate organs. The women have polar opposite personalities, but they get along completely. They rarely fight, and they say they can even feel how the other is feeling about a subject before anything is ever said. Talk about knowing each other. They each have degrees, and they are taking on the task of being teachers at a primary school, teaching mathematics. They have learned through their life to work together to accomplish pretty much anything anyone else would want to do. They can walk, run, swim, drive, play musical instruments, play sports, and even ride a bike, with each girl controlling the arm and leg on her side of their body. They say they can't wait to get married and have children of their own one day. Thanks so much for watching, and here's 2 more videos I think you'll enjoy.